These are the photos at the center of the story that motivated Laura Bliss to write KGW and ask for an interview.
It perpetuates the hatred towards the homeless and towards the less fortunate.
You see, in this story, a Portland man said he stopped to photograph an illegally parked RV. And when he did, he says a man emerged from that RV and came at him with a knife, which you can see in this photo. Police showed up, but both men told different stories, so they held off on charges and forwarded the case to the DA. That's why we blurred his face. Neighbors in that story were angry.
I was not prepared to deal with a mentally ill drug addict.
Laura Bliss says she understands that fear, but she wants to balance the narrative by showing what she calls the other side of RV life.
It can't all be grouped together. Not every person that lives in an RV is a drug addict or is mentally ill.
Bliss and her husband live here with their dog, not by choice. This couple is college educated. He works full time, and for a while they had an apartment in Beaverton. But 3 years ago, rent went up, and they realized it was either this or a life on the streets of Portland.
If anything ever happened in this park closed down, oh my God, where do we all go? All the other parks are full. Everything's full.
A growing reality in cities up and down the West Coast. Headlines from Seattle, even Silicon Valley, point to RVs as a last resort for the working poor. Bliss's point, stories like this about dangerous people who live in RVs are worth telling, but they're not the only ones. I apologize. All right, so once again, this is the lot where the city stores their derelict RVs. It's worth noting the Portland Bureau of Transportation gets more than 100 reports every single day about illegally parked RVs or cars. Many of those have people living inside them. That said, there is no logical or financially feasible way to prove how they all got there. Back to you.
Thank you, Maggie. Traffic on I-84